Yes, I'm serious. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Space. This is Starwyrms, the stream. My name is Marcus, your GM, and these are my players.
You getting murdered right now?
They're gonna sneeze.
Trying to talk before they sneeze. You want to try that again, Ben?
No, they did it. No, they did it. It's clear. Referee says it's good. Play stands.
You're just doing a lot of hand motions there. Do you
I
know
don't.
what any of them mean,
No,
Aaron?
holding. First
Holding.
down.
You got it.
It's holding.
Okay, sorry. Are we streaming? Is this on?
Yes, it's on.
Ben,
Yes, it is.
the next time that you ask if we're live, I'm gonna say yes, even if we're not.
Are we there yet? No. So as you may have guessed, my name is Ben Quiggins. I'm your GM. They, them, and these are my players. But if you didn't already guess, one of them is having computer trouble.
She's
So
almost
we'll-
back up. She just texted me.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got finished dragging up our super scuffed lower thirds.
I really love them. They're
God.
super good.
They're super not, but thank
No,
you.
they're perfect. They're beautiful.
There it is. Boom. 100% professional setup.
Anyway, Steve, you wanna start us off
Look at that.
introduction style?
Oh God, I really don't. But here goes. I'm
You do
Steve,
every
Average
time.
Calamities. What?
Never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't
Wait,
mean to interrupt.
I want you to know-
ruined it. I was full steam ahead, and you just crashed my train, Ben.
No more motivation.
Your individual cameras don't work, but Steve's does, but your head is super tight, so I'm gonna cut to it.
What?
Your cam
Never mind. I'm Steve, Average Calamities. He, him. I play Scarrick, the Bravash roboticist, and his big robot friend Mars.
Perfect. Beautiful. Few hiccups, but none of them were your fault. Aaron, you're next when Getty's not here.
Okay, Hello, I'm Aaron. I also go by Nano, and here on the stream, I play the part of Arrow, who is a diva bard. Pronouns he, him. And,
Oh God, there we go.
Oh, wait,
There we
Getty's
go.
back.
Wait, Getty's back. I can
Wow!
There it is. We're back.
You're alive.
Just
I've
like
wrested the
dinosaurs
net
in that
from
one
the
animated
claws of time itself. From the devil of Spectrum as nothing on my blade.
What an entrance. Getty, tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Getty, aka Ragnarok Rose. Hashtag sword lesbian. I don't know. My pronouns are she, her. I play Twig, a proxy paladin, whose pronouns are also she, her. And my main artist community got highlighted in a very cool video on YouTube earlier today, very unexpectedly. So if you look up War for Ryuba, I'll post a link to it later. You'll see a lot of stuff about what I've been doing lately.
Yeah.
Very cool
Oh, yeah.
stuff. Aaron, did you actually finish your introduction? I don't think you did.
Yeah, I did. I got through
You
it.
said he, him.
Check the VOD. I did.
I'm not going to check the VOD, but thanks. Hi, I'm Audrey, she, her. I play Ever, the Easonite survivalist, also she, her. And
Did you watch
Oh,
Birds
man.
of Prey again?
no, I didn't. So this is going to be a horrifying experience. I did, however, watch Logan Lucky for the second time, so Southern drawl might happen.
Will happen. It's a promise.
Probably.
Will.
So I've got a couple things to plug. Aaron, show everybody your dice tray. Did you not grab your dice tray or your character sheet?
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I'll stall long enough. They're
Scuffed
upstairs on the game
stream,
shelf.
scuffed stream.
I'll make my plug in the
Yeah,
meantime
make your
for
plug, Steve.
for-
Thank you.
Terrible Trio Dice, who made Scarrick and Mars.
Which is so beautiful.
Yes, they are fantastic and wonderful. And if you don't have some of their dice, or if you do have some of their dice, go check them out because they put out new stuff all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. The dog's freaking out because Aaron just came upstairs and she thinks that he's an intruder. So that's fun. This is my magnetic insert notebook that I keep track of all of our adventures in. It's by Tlunchy Studios here in St. Louis. And I don't really know. Getty plugged War for Ayuba. Oh,
I
look,
got
Aaron
incredible in chat.
returns.
It's a great little documentary by People Make
There.
Games, which
Nice.
always does great content.
Aaron, you've returned, so now you want to show everybody your dice tray?
Yeah, totally. The dice tray that's been here all along. This is
The whole time.
this is my dice tray. As you can see, it is beautifully crafted, burnt in, done by Campa Creations, who does awesome work. And you should check. That was nat 20.
Yeah.
That was nat 20.
Way to
Oh my
waste
God.
I just wasted a nat 20 on a promotional
That's fine.
spot.
I just want you to know that in our Friday game, Aaron did like 2 nat 20s to do just like stupid roleplay things, and then anytime he had to roll for like something actually mechanical, rolled really poorly. Just like 2 in a row.
It's true.
Normal.
Yeah, pretty well. All right, but Ben, you want to recap us? Because that's all the introductions.
Oh, sorry. Give me a second. I'm looking up the monster stat. Oh no, sorry. Anyways,
Scuff stream.
Do you feel the energy here of me wanting to reach through the webcam and strangle you?
well, someday if we do this in person again, you'll get the chance.
Yeah.
Mars
Alright,
is just greasing up that elbow.
I bet. So last time you guys were continuing your exploration of the underground area in Wing 3 of the station. A ancient hangar bay that's been filled in and paved over essentially for the farming district. Down there you found the remnants of an ancient, about 800 or so years old Lewis Avon Empire ship and signs that maybe the mask was here on the station. It seems like they made direct reference to it. You guys managed to catch some of the remaining uncorrupted data for decrypting later with Munir, and then you continued your search. Oh, after fighting the Quicksilver Golem, which definitely was a fun little fight. You continued your search, and you went deeper into this series of places with your companion Jean Ulster, who is a wireborn human who is
Who has
currently
gone
working
on one date with Twig, and it's Twig's one and only date ever.
Oh my gosh.
We're bringing this back up. We're bringing this back out now
that
while I'm
is
not in
not part-
character.
That was not part of my my recap, but thank you, Audrey.
Always here to remember the interpersonal, social aspects of our
Right.
interactions.
Great character development.
But Jean essentially works for a group called the Advocates, which are currently she's here working, pushing against the KGC, who have been attempting to essentially buy this land, and she wanted to know why. And as you guys delved deeper, you found out potentially why, though you're not actually sure. Like, there's no proof that they knew it was down here. But you essentially found a collection of atomic space weapons and a large collection of stable crystallized dark matter, like spent crystalline dark matter, in these giant piles. And when you went down there to take a look, you met a new
Friend.
We'll call them a friend for now.
I also like how it's take a look,
hope
because
they're a
Ever
friend.
definitely has already stolen some of these gemstones.
Yeah, Ever's already stolen some of the gemstones.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Put
about
them in
it.
my simultaneous suitcase, send them back to my employer, because I
Eric
also
is
dropped the bombshell
chewing
that
on one
the
of them.
station's like in financial peril.
That's true. The station is looking to be bought out by the KGC. But anyways, so we left off with you guys standing among the piles of crystalline material. Ever was by the stairs, I believe. Fletcher, no, that's not your name.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is. Yeah.
We just
I'm
never call
sorry.
him that. It's Arrow.
Yeah, it just goes by Arrow.
Played so many like shithead bards that I'm getting them confused.
No, that's the same character.
I've actually played other shithead bards that had names that begin with F. That is the problem.
That's the problem.
Played a significantly long Nebula campaign with Ben where I played a shithead bard named Fleetwood. But anyway,
Anyways,
but yeah,
Did he ever find Jack?
you were a little ways away from the stairs because you actually are the one who followed the eye, and are closest to its head. And I don't actually remember where Twig and Scarrick were standing during this.
I think
Oh,
were
I was
kinda
out
in the
on it.
same- Well,
I was
I
heading.
was standing by
heading
Scarrick,
towards
and
the
then
door.
Scarrick turned around and like bolted for or something just before.
Oh, that's right, Scarrick. You were headed towards where the elevator would be,
Yeah.
to that upper area, because you guys had come down here looking to see if there was a way to move those explosives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you were headed that direction, and then Twig, I think you were back by the stairs with Ever, watching
Wherever
these
you want me.
chuckles. Okay, sure. So to redescribe this leviathan of a serpentine creature made of roiling shadows, with red eyes, and various levels of glowing, opening up alongside the sides of its bodies on its flanks, and a very large mouth that opens in 4 directions, where each of the teeth also have tiny mouths, is currently rising up out of the crystals. I don't think it said anything yet, did it? I think
I think
maybe
it
I
just
did say
glared,
something.
and then you described the whole body at length, and everybody shrieked for 30 minutes.
That might have been what happened.
It said something that implied that
Oh,
the
that's
scepter
right!
was its.
Yes. It...
Say, Steve,
Yeah.
do you also remember the
I
whole
believe
this is like
it
my
did
stuff?
explicitly
Yeah,
say to put
I
down
remember
its
being
crystals.
really glad that I didn't pick anything up, except for
Yes.
the piece I'm chewing on.
Yep. Yes. So it.
Oh, I'm
it
sorry.
kinda-
Raz remembers. She said,
yes.
"My crystals."
Yes,
Thank you,
that's-
Raz.
Thank you,
Crystals.
Raz. I should have expected
She knows.
Raz
Raz
to be
knows.
there for me, to support me in this. Okay, so yeah, you get my crystals. And its head is like, only a few feet away from you, Arrow, as its mouth like shivers open and closed.
We got a simp. Wait, I can't say that. Shit.
Getty, do you
Getty!
want to get us banned?
God
Oh
damn
my
it!
god!
TOS! TOS!
You know what? We just got to say something different. Rhymes with gimp.
No!
Can I say that?
That's a different thing!
Just
Change
call
the
him
subject,
Gimp.
change the
That's fine,
subject!
too.
That's why I said rhymes.
Call him
Ah!
This
You
is
can just say like,
It's
I don't know,
already a
Sam or
disaster.
something.
I already ruined this stream on the start.
Yeah, they're gonna mute the whole thing now.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, now hiring voice actors to Mystery Science Theater 3000 our whole stream.
No, Aaron, what'll happen? What'll happen? See, my
shrimp,
plan was
shrimp. Raz has
shrimp
it right.
is the perfect
Shrimp,
word.
there it
Raz
is.
is a genius.
Shrimping.
My plan, if Getty didn't get on in time for her introduction, was to just be like, I'm Getty and I draw comics. So like I'll just do that if we lose the audio again.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, for whatever you have to sub for me.
We'll just type subtitles that aren't at all what anybody said.
Gay noises.
Gay noises. Perfect.
Yeah, they're like amplified because it's Pride Month.
That's what the
Oh,
caption
it's all in
said.
caps.
Okay. So the creature, obviously a being of the Night Vale, if you've ever seen one, which you have at this point a few times,
On this stream.
kind of slides
Yeah.
forward just a little bit. Seems to be waiting for you to say literally anything, Arrow, or do something. You're not sure if maybe moving would be a bad idea. Is this like a T-Rex? You're not sure.
I mean, he's probably pretty frozen in place because like he was on his little like Vespa, right? His bike,
Yep.
his light bike.
Your little,
It's on his
your
little
little
Vespa.
briefcase scooter.
Yes, his little briefcase scooter, and it's just staring at him. I should go. He says really softly, I should go. And tries to put it in reverse and like slowly start backing away.
One of you has taken what is mine.
I look over.
Arrow looks over his shoulder back at the stairs by the rest of you.
There is another rumbling, and another one of the hills rises up as a second head
Oh boy.
and turns and looks over at Ever and Twig at the stairs.
How close would you say this thing is, Ben?
Oh, this head is like a good 20 feet from you.
Cool. So Ever closes the suitcase again and looks up and is like, so this seems kind of like there's something here, and maybe this is bad, and maybe we should go back up to the catwalks.
I think it was this one. The second head says.
I put a hand in front of Ever, and I'm like, okay, can we just talk for a second? I would love to just talk before
Another
anybody
hill
gets
rises up, and a
any
third
big
head
ideas.
up behind Scarrick, looks at you, Twig, says, "We are listening."
Okay. Hey, Ever,
Yeah, what's
can
up?
you get those crystals back?
Nope. What's up?
The answer is no.
Yeah, the answer is no, because they live on this space station too, these critters or whatever. At least they're here temporarily, and clearly all the rest of these crystals mean a whole lot to them. But like the thing is if I take those crystals back, the station's getting sold to people who will just come in here and torch the whole place, and then they'll steal the crystals anyway. So like the best bet is for me to take just a couple crystals, which I have already done, to make sure that the station doesn't get sold.
I mean, I feel like we could say that in a little bit more diplomatic way.
Hello, hi. I look at the big head closest to us.
It looks at you.
Oh boy.
Rather, it tips itself to the side that one of the big eyes is looking at you, and then its like four-pronged mouth opens up and like a little snake tongue slithers out to like bleedle the air.
To what the air?
To bleedle?
I love it.
It's a way to describe how the snake.
No,
like,
I love it. I just had never heard that before.
What is that?
Bleedle.
Oh my gosh, I learned something today.
Yeah. So Eva says, "Hi, hello. Yes, I am Eva. What is your name?"
They kind of shift, and they say, "We are Narog."
Hello, Narog. So how long you been living here?
We have resided here many. They look at each other, and a fourth head rises out of one of the hills and shakes off the crystals. And says,
I just start motioning for Scarrick to come over here.
"Time is a construct that matters little to us.
Oh my god.
It may have been milliseconds or centuries."
Cool. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, I've been living here for a few years now, and I like it a lot. Do you like it here? Is this like you really long term? You serious about this place?
They look at each other, and a fifth head rises out of another pile.
You are going to give Raz a heart attack.
And the fifth head thinks about it and says, "Well, I do think so."
Stairs.
Is Mars down here?
So, is this enough? Did I do enough small talk? She kind of looks at Twig to go into like the issue at hand here, which is that I have taken a few of these crystals.
Yes.
The head closest to you ever moves a little bit closer and bleedles the air again and says, "I smell one of you. One of you has blood pacted a child of mine."
Okay, well that's not me, because I was gonna apologize for like the emissions, but like that's not me. I don't have blood.
Blood pacted?
One does not require blood to enter in such a pact, merely
What?
spirit.
You're
Oh,
from the Night Vale.
was it a spit pact?
And the smallest head coils around to where Scarrick is. You feel the tongue, like the wind from the tongue, like right next to your head. It was this one. Yes,
God.
this one. Um, and the nightmare Hydra rises more fully now. You can see all the five heads where they kind of intersect. And the first head slides past you, Fletcher. It
Like,
has been some time since I had visitors who have parlayed with my people. Have you come to parlay with me? Is that why you are taking my things?
It would appear our goals do align.
in all truth, we were not expecting to meet anyone down here, least of all someone of your stature. So, we're not attempting to steal things. That was not the plan. Coming down here in the first place, I look at Ever, and we would like to rectify whatever it is, but I personally, and I'm sure the rest of us would like to know what you know about this place in the world above. That'd be great. Yeah.
They kind of glance at each other. And then various eyes like either narrow or kind of turn to look at you guys.
I look
And
innocent.
one of the heads says, "Hmm. We know everything that matters about this place. We were here at its creation when the people of the Empire parlayed with us.
Okay.
Is at this point.
Okay.
I whispered to Everett, how
Sure.
long ago was that?
I mean, 1,000 years, give or take.
Okay.
We were summoned to this world to act as a watcher. There is a weakness here in the barrier between your world, your existence, and the abominant outer nothingness.
I knew it. Arrow says as he packs his Vesper way back into a briefcase. He looks
I
so
give you the
validated
bullshit
right now. He looks so validated right now. Like
Uh,
as he comes over to stand with the rest of us at the base of the stairs.
so what's the deal with the crystals then? Is that like your payment for watching?
These?
Hmm.
No, no. These are. Well, think of them. Looks at one of the other heads. Like a shedded skin. They are parts of me.
Like,
Okay, at that statement, Arrow gets off of the crystals and stands back on the stairs.
I see. Well, I am very sorry for not asking permission. I do want to reiterate that you live here, you like it here, so do I. We have that in common. This place is potentially going to fall under new ownership. In fact, we're pretty sure there's a team of people scouting out down here right now. You wouldn't have happened to see any other people down here, have you?
No people. Only machines. Tasty machines.
Quick drinks.
Like what sort of machines? Like robots, drones?
They're all the same to me. They have no life force.
Right. Okay. So regardless, the people who might own this station,
This
would
station has been owned by different groups of you mortals before.
right. But what I'm saying is that they would prefer the aberrations, maybe. And I'm
They
trying to
kind of
keep
look at each other.
that
What?
from happening. Ben, I will roll something for that if you want me to, because Ever at this point is kind of talking out of her ass. She doesn't know enough
Yeah.
about KGC to know.
I think that's gonna be a deception, probably.
That is fine. I will do it.
Can I roll an insight to pick up on this? Not in
Yeah,
like
go
a
for
I'm
it.
gonna interrupt your plans way, but like a oh, I get it.
I got a 17.
Okay.
Got a 16.
They look at the largest head. Any mortals trafficking with abominations are abominate themselves. Poisoned mortals are food.
Right.
You have fought abominations. I see its mark on you.
Mm,
Creature
Yeah.
of fire and stone.
oh, the elevator thing.
It is well that you killed it.
Right. So,
It
like,
is
we're
little
all
wonder little Anvia bonded to one of you.
Via?
And
looking at Scarrick at this point.
a larval starworm at that. She always was one of my cleverer spawn.
I think this is all like qualified on a level a little beyond me. I'm sorry. You don't really mind who owns the station as long as they don't mess with you? Is that it?
Our purpose is to watch this thin place in existence and kill anything that crosses into this universe. That is the purpose of our birth and our existence.
So
Who
what was the
owns this
deal?
space is meaningless to us.
Okay.
Right.
What was
Even
the
if who owns it threatens you.
We are not worried about your threats.
Well,
Okay.
I'm
Are you
not.
worried about a whole bunch of magic nukes that are like literally like 60 feet above you right now? Because we are. Those would rip a huge hole in this station and make your job watching a hell of a lot harder.
Ah. The bonded one talks about our food storage.
I'm sorry. What?
what?
Oh, they eat dark matter.
Is oh
Yes.
Sorry, did I miss
Where
that?
do you think these crystals come from? The energy's processed through our skin and sheds off into these wonderful crystals, which we use to then seal rifts.
Oh, so you don't eat the crystals. The crystals just fall off of you, and you use them to. Why am I doing Ever's voice? What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
That's-
They already established this that the crystals are like scales that
yeah,
fall off.
that's
Yes.
Right.
weird. So, hold on. I feel like we're missing a very significant piece of this
We
Scarrick.
were gifted a large pile of food and sustenance when we were first allowed to live in this place.
Mm-hmm.
They wished
Mm-hmm.
for us to be manifest here at all times. After the first abominate break caused by a Seleta nearly killing all of their people with that mask of theirs.
Masked.
Mm.
Now, when you say mask, do you have a description of that mask?
To us, it looked like one of the smaller heads. It looked like pure light encasing the head of a mortal, far beyond what a mortal should possess in its head. Your 4 heads are very normal. Your 5 heads are very normal. This is good. This is good. 5 is an auspicious number, you know.
Hey, we're auspicious. You hear that?
Wait, who's the fifth head? Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Gene is here,
Gene is
yeah.
with us. Yeah.
I almost forgot when I said 4 as
Nope.
well.
It's all good. Object
Yep.
permanence. I'm looking at the screen and I was like, one,
Right?
2.
Do you know what happened to the mask?
They look at the smallest head. Ah! This is not something that we remember. We might have been napping that day. When mortals fight each other, it is rather trite.
I have a question, if you'd be so kind. The deal you made with the Empire in the first place, were they just asking for your
Yes.
protection here, or was it something more than that?
This is a story only I was here for. I had not yet grown these 4 fools. There's some hissing at itself.
Right,
Love that.
infighting.
There once was a rift here. A tear in space and time. A wormhole gone wrong.
Okay.
It opened upon a nascent station built by those that call themselves the Empire. Though perhaps it is more apt to say an empire, another of many constructs that you mortals have attempted to create immortality through. But they were overwhelmed by the Seleta and its abominate minions. Now my kind are naturally drawn to this sort of conflict. We eat those creatures for sustenance and power, and it is our want in existence to protect the line between the abominant outer and reality. So, when one of their wizards reached forward into our plane, the Night Vale, and called, I answered, and I solved their problem. They did not wish for that portal to ever open again, and thus offered me whatever I desired to stay and maintain that wall. Not that they needed to. We would have done so regardless. But you lot are so fun to take things from when you're scared.
Oh, I look over at the others, and I'm like, so did you know about the breach earlier this week, then?
Yes, I sent my children to take care of it. That was a trickle.
Mm-hmm.
They happen from time to time. Usually there is some loss of life. It is inevitable.
Well, I don't know if you were able to tell at the time, but we were the ones who took care of it in the end. So I'm essentially what I'm saying here is that we already have experience with the thing that you're doing, it seems. Albert, much less than someone of your stature, nature. Um,
Yeah,
but
we're
we
not
have
trying to take
encountered
your
it.
job or anything. Like,
Yeah,
you're
we
doing a
have
fine
encountered
job.
it. We know that it's happening. We survived part of it already. And it sounds like this is something. By a trickle, do you mean it just happens once, or is this something that's going to keep happening for the next little while?
Whenever the barrier grows weak, as the celestial bodies move around this system, there are always small rifts and tears. Though, admittedly, such should not have occurred at that time. I was not expecting a tear for at least another 3 years.
That was because, remind me, gang. I'm pretty sure we
Well,
figured it out.
As far as you know, the book Zithix was responsible for
Yeah, we just
bringing
assumed it
that
was
thing
related
in.
to this Xerix thing.
Yeah, that's as far as you guys know. You guys didn't have any other specific like this is exactly why.
But it appeared at got the notes here for the names.
Hazel's.
Sorry. It appeared at Hazel's place, right? Specifically,
Mhm.
it didn't go
Yep.
there. Yeah, so
That's correct. It emerged out of his network.
their network, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we actually have an idea of who may have done that. Because it was deliberate. It was not an accident.
Now you have us interested.
For knowledge, will you forgive our trespass and the loss of the crystals?
I
They
like to
look at
think
each other.
I like to think that Arrow's like standing behind Twig, like, yeah.
If somebody else wants to talk, just tell me to stop.
I mean,
Well,
I was gonna ask the GM.
Huh?
I was gonna ask the GM if you have to make any rolls here, Twig, if Arrow
Oh,
can
yeah.
give you bardic inspiration, because it sounds like it might be charisma.
Go ahead and roll a
Probably
persuasion
charisma-based.
check.
Can I have bardic inspiration?
Can I give her bardic inspiration?
What's my dice bonus for bardic inspiration?
You would get
It's the full one
D8.
now, right?
Mhm.
So D8. Yeah.
You'd get a D8.
Hell yeah. Alright. Crit.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Story crits.
I guess I don't need to use the die then, because you use the die after you roll, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, I think this will probably be taken care of by a 26, so I will save the die for later.
Sheesh. Okay.
You got anytime in the next 10 minutes, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark down the resource so like he uses it.
She just like adapts a very neutral pose in front of herself.
Are we still mad? I think not. Very well.
Like nudges Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow's like, keep my cool. Keep
We
my composure.
will overlook the theft of our scales.
Thank you for your
If-
mercy.
You do this for us. If you are the ones who defeated the creature that slipped through, then it falls to you to seal the small rift it came through. You will take a bag of my scales to that place and throw them in. It will seal the rift.
Okay. Okay.
I thought that thing came from a server.
Know where the rift was.
I do believe I can send someone along to help you find where it went
Oh my
or where it came
gosh.
from.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm ready to see Chad explode here.
She will be waiting for you in your demesne.
Very well.
I have little doubt that she has already played in your place of residence, little larva. Cut to Anvaya sitting in Arrow's gamer chair playing Arrow's Xbox.
No! Messing with all
Ruining
my height
your
settings and my
crits.
KD.
Yeah.
Yep. They're playing Overwatch 57 and they're ruining your diamond rating.
No, it's
No.
okay. By this time in a future sci-fi setting, maybe we'll be on Overwatch 2. It's fine.
Maybe too.
I'm not salty at all. Anyway, Arrow, and then so I guess as this is happening, so Arrow says, "Well, does that mean just in case the worst were to happen to one of us and that person was carrying the bag, should we all have a small bag of crystals just as having a contingency plan? After all, it would be a shame for one of us to fall down a pit and die and have the whole
I'd
thing
rather take
be
one
a
of the
bust."
nukes.
Roll persuasion. You little shit.
I'm sorry, Ben. It was worth the try. I'd like to use a point of lucky.
Oh my god. Did you just roll a 1?
No,
I'll give it to you. Sure, go
yes,
for it.
thank you. Whew. All right, I'll take my second roll because it was a 19. Did you say, is that persuasion?
Yeah.
Sheesh, 27.
Okay. The smallest head like leans down to you and like bleedles right next to your ear and says, now you wouldn't be trying to trick us, would you?
No, I just think I'm very prone to death. Being a squishy, bloody mortal and all.
It is true. I can smell the fear in this one. Tasty, tasty fear. Bleedle, bleedle, bleedle,
Oh my
bleedle.
god.
Very well. You shall each carry a bag.
I look over at Ever.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All I brought were these garbage cans.
Okay.
I pull some bags out of my hard light storage.
You would know probably these crystals won't go into your storage because they won't be able to translate.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna put the bags
Yeah.
back in there. But
I know. I just wanted to throw it out there. And it says, now, tell us, who is responsible for this rift?
People. Oh, I was gonna do a whole thing, Scarrick, but you guys gotta blurt it out. Okay.
I mean, it might mean something to them. They're old. It called itself Zithix.
But you're looking very good for your age, whatever that may be.
I mean, I'm pretty
While-
sure they're like immortal if they're not killed. So like, it's
Please
not,
shut up.
like,
Give him a
rude.
second to respond. Also, so we stopped like being rude.
Not being rude.
Eric is actively shoveling crystals into his little sack at this point. That's
One of the
why he
heads
just
is
blurted
watching
out Beerix. He's not paying attention.
Virix. That just Zithix, you say?
I don't want to run you.
Where have we heard that name before? It must have been from some meal or another.
They fought the Empire here over this station, if it helps jog your memory.
Ah. The last conflict, when I grew you. Yes. There was a rather large abomination at the time. Large enough to sever one of us. Yes. So you say these intruders are breaking reality on purpose?
You could call it that.
That's what it seems like.
It seems to be less that they've broken directly or intending to break directly through and summon beasts of some sort. It seems to be a side effect of they are weakening the connection between the physical realm and the network we have built, the digital realm.
This is the trouble when you're building your own planes. There
Yeah.
is a reason why only so many existed before you went and created one for yourselves.
Twig looks kind of taken aback. She looks back over at Scarrick and Arrow.
Arrow's just kind of like, that's the
Can
first
you
time I've
really
heard it.
blame them for bringing themselves a plane to sit their feeble minds?
Fuck with
Perhaps
VR.
not. Twig's just like another reason never to jack in.
Do not jog in.
Very well. This has been enlightening. You have your crystals.
Do you have the means to tell when new rifts appear?
I do sense it when a rift appears.
She looks around at the others. It would
Pretty useful.
be in our interests as a group, as a party interested in the protection of the station and the life upon it, if we were to know too when those rifts were to come.
Perhaps your bonded one should make a more robust contract with our child.
Yeah, so Scarrick, what is exactly going on with that?
Yeah, blood bond. What's going on there?
I have no idea. I haven't got any emails about it or anything. All
Well,
I
it
did was
sounds like-
spit in a cup and ask for some information.
It sounds like Boss here has an idea of it, so maybe we could ask.
Hey, man, your personal business is yours. Your relationships are, like, it's not my business, man.
Being gives a piece of themselves to one of our kind, they make a tether, one that is very difficult to break. It means my child will always know where you are and how to find you, and whether you are alive. And when you die, perhaps you will become my next child.
Wait, hold on. Scarrick, at what point did you get to spit in a cup and become immortal?
It was at the body we found.
Yeah.
You spit on a body?
No, it was.
I
And Maya
forgot
asked-
that,
And
that
Maya
Aaron was
asked for
child.
some of
Sonic
my
at the
blood.
time.
Yes!
Scarrick saw their child in the room, right, Scarrick?
Yeah.
Everybody
Maya
else, like,
asked
left for
for some
various
of my
reasons.
blood, and I was like, "Well, I have acid spit. Does that work?" And they were just like, "Yeah." And I spit in a cup, and they told me what I wanted to know.
They sure did.
You didn't ask what the spit was for?
No.
I mean, in Scarrick's defense, it's kind of weird to ask, like, do you really want the answer most of the time?
Yeah, I didn't really want to know.
It's really weird for someone to ask for your spit.
It's really weird to judge someone for asking for
Oh, he
spit.
did. She didn't ask for my spit. She asked for my blood.
That's
It's
even
like
weirder.
7 drops or something.
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't want to give it to her. I didn't
Okay,
know
okay.
that spit was making the same contract.
So what I'm getting
Honestly,
here,
that's like the lesser of two evils thing. It sounds like, though, Scarrick. So I can't really fault you in the moment.
what I'm picking up here is that there's a very thin thread between them at the time. And Anaya, is that it? What was the name?
And Via.
And
Anaya.
Vaya can make that stronger with Scarrick?
If Scarrick is that its name, hello, Scarrick. You're going
we've
to
been
be
rude.
such a wonderful Starworm one day if you don't die.
Yeah.
But yes, you will have to give more to create a stronger tether. Though doing so does mean that should you fail to become your true final self, Well, you like little Envia, don't you? Surely you wouldn't mind being a creature of the Night Vale eternally bound to killing abominations for the rest of eternity?
Oh, shit.
I mean,
We can think on that one, I think. It's a very
I
metaphysical
can think
question.
of a lot of worse ways to spend eternity.
It's true, isn't it? You get to eat great things, kill stuff, and otherwise you just kind of laze around in your own pile of scales. The lazing is my favorite part.
Everything going on here.
But we're digressing. Don't let them spiral this conversation into eternity. I have at
we're
least
perfectly
10
capable of
more
that, too.
years of my nap left.
Yeah.
I imagine you don't get visitors much.
No.
Yeah.
Though we do prefer it that way, most mortals are dreadfully boring.
We're gonna be poking around down here for a while, not necessarily like here where you're at, and obviously we know the thing about the gems now, but just
And
you
the
know,
nukes.
right? Yeah, just so you know, we're here. We're gonna be here a little bit, so holler at Scarrick if you need something. I guess.
That's how it works.
I don't know.
Very well. You know, child of Izan, if you wanted more crystals, you could give me a piece of your fire.
My fire. Would that be like the same thing that Scarrick did with the whole spit thing?
Well, you do not have blood in the classical sense now, do you?
I sure don't. I very much appreciate the offer, but
Yeah,
I
let's all become
am.
warlocks.
No, I'm good.
We'll take that.
At.
No, please take some warlock class levels.
Hey, gang, what's this about, like, weird Nor bullshit? No, we are working in the favor of the the Star Hydra now. This is a Star Hydra campaign.
Yep.
No, it's a Nightmare Hydra. Getty.
Nightmare Hydra, yeah, we can change the Custodians
yeah.
name. We'll go edgy goth style, make up new costumes. We don't have costumes.
No, we don't. No, I think
could.
thank you for the offer, but what I've already sent is sufficient for now, and obviously we have the bags for closing the rift. And if I need more gems in the future, I know where to find you.
Very well.
Thank you for your mercy.
Good luck, little mortals. I have a feeling that change is coming to this station. I should try to get as much sleep in as I can before that happens.
Well, have a nice nap and good dreams, if that's a thing to say. That I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go, right? We're gonna go, guys. And
Mhm.
Ever starts going back up the stairs to the catwalks.
Thank you.
You see
Twig
it,
stands
the
there
head
awkwardly for a
start to
minute.
like dive in the piles and do that like animal thing where they like roll around to get the stuff on top of them.
As we're walking up the
Just-
stairs, Arrow like
Displacing dirt to bury yourself.
Yeah.
Arrow like nudges Scarrick and says, "Hey man, I gotta admit, like, as far as meeting the in-laws go, it not the worst time."
What? The twig says from lower down the steps.
I don't.
What?
Are you making a reference to something?
I believe he's implying that you married this night creature.
I don't really.
Well-
What weddings are you going to where people spit in cups? Read.
Actually, that's a
Yeah.
tradition.
I do
There's
not
the
judge all
Panadarian
customs.
Panadarian Frontier World. I read about it once. It was
Yeah,
interesting.
ever
Well,
read a
I
book.
don't doubt that it exists. I just mean here on this station, that doesn't seem particularly like the usual.
Like that episode of that old show that got canceled after one season where the guy drank from a bowl of soup and woke up the next morning with a wife on his spaceship.
Oh yes, I think
And
Oh,
then
I've
she
seen
turned
that
yeah.
out to
one.
be like a criminal.
Yeah, that was a really
She
good.
was my favorite character.
I really
I
wish they would
don't
have
think I
gone.
watched that one.
The movie was okay, but additional seasons really would have been the best thing. It's a
You
very
three
well
need
fleshed out world.
you three needed a movie night at some point. I will not be there. Ben, how'd you spell that the Hydra's name?
Narog.
Nirrog.
Man, Raz, you made a bunch of guesses and none of them were right, and I'm very sorry. That's also how it is when I try to guess how Ben wants to spell something.
That's because I spell things in weird ways, but also this came from a Lovecraftian name generator, so I'm not to blame.
Understandable. So, do we want to check out the other catwalk, or do we just want to go back to the elevator shaft and try a luck elsewhere?
Uh,
Because it's really sounding like no mask here, probably.
Oh, we
Sounds
forgot to
like a
ask
mask
about the
company.
mask.
no, we
Damn it.
we did.
Oh,
Ever
did
We
we?
did. They were napping.
Sorry, I was
They were
shaking in
napping.
my boots,
Yeah,
so I was hard to follow.
Congrats on not getting eaten. All of us, really. Great job, gang.
Yeah. GG,
I'm very
GG,
proud.
everyone.
I'm just kind of surprised that you've already met something like that.
Well, it was. Did you hear
Met
anything
is
about
a
what happened
generous word.
at Hazel Narayan's place? Or have you been
The-
down here since then?
The elusive owner of like a third of the buildings.
Yeah, Hazel Narayan.
You've been in their place, their penthouse?
Yeah, they were getting swarmed by like
anyone.
devil creatures, and they almost died. So we kind of
Can you
saved
get me a
their
meeting?
ass. You want to meet with Hazel? I feel like he's
Well,
not kind of
yes.
not up your alley. Aren't you trying
I
to keep a low
mean,
profile? What is
What's
going on here?
the subject of the meeting? Should we pitch to him? Because that's like the whole thing is they're very selective about people that they talk to.
Humanitarian efforts mostly.
I mean, Scarrett could at least send a message if you wanted. We got that channel with to Hazel's computer.
And we still are talking to Hazel actively because one of the people we actually we need to loop you in on this. I don't know why I thought about it before. I'll explain later. Somebody got trapped in a VR rig and their body's dead, so we have to figure out what we can do with.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of surprised that you took that. Actually, does sound like something that Jean and her fake group of activists would be interested in.
Well, we're not.
I know it's real, but it's like a conspiracy theory.
It's best
Well,
that
yes,
people think
it's-
we're fake.
Yeah, I mean,
That's yes.
mom's the word, but I usually
This whole
I'm thinking
adventure,
about
I just
Wireborn and proxies in that context, not the completely unknown of somebody trapped in VR permanently because their body's dead, because that like doesn't happen.
Yeah, but it's still like it seems like a fringe case that kind of fits the whole.
Well, we
MO.
made the connection now. We're here, so we made
it
it.
happened quite a bit in the early days of VR when they were testing it back on Kygor.
Did it usually turn out
we
like
don't-
this, or
You don't hear about it too often.
Well, because
but-
nobody would want to use it if they knew.
Well, that and most of the test subjects were Wireborn.
Eesh.
Right.
What? Oh yeah, hold on. Did anybody else process that the
Ben, while
web?
we're talking, I'm
was
just going to
the-
lead us onto the other catwalk.
Yeah, that's
parallel
fine.
one.
The web being another plane?
Yeah, I don't remember that being covered in any tech classes. That's kind of news to me, but
I mean, on the one hand, it makes sense, but on the other hand, I think perhaps that's just how a creature who exists across planes views it.
It's a
Fair
good way
enough.
to visualize it.
I mean, hey, I'm not going to be the one to question the Nightmare Hydra. I just thought it was kind of cool. I think I've got my own little space on a plane. It's a lot cooler than saying I've got a private server.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
that's
like
fair.
it's mainly different in that like your physical body still exists in one place, and well, like mentally you're in another place, and that's not really the way most of the planes work, if I understand right.
That's the way the astral plane works,
Except
right?
for the astral plane, yeah.
Right.
The plane
Most
of dreams.
I said.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like, not that I ever want to actually go to any of the other ones, but
Also, Arrow, you do have a corner of a plane. It's called the base. It's your apartment.
Yeah, but that's like the plain plane, you know, the vanilla plane. It's not as cool as saying like
The vanilla plane.
Oh my god.
Audrey, petition to change in all of our rulebooks the material plane to the vanilla plane, please.
no.
The great errata-ing.
There's
God.
so much stuff down here. Like, I'm still bewildered.
It seems odd that this would just get sealed up and never talked about again. I wonder, you don't think when the GC took over this place, they met that thing and
I don't
sealed
know.
it up down here
I
on
feel
purpose?
like they would have made more of an effort to seal it up. It wasn't that hard to get down here.
Is it more improbable that they
It
just
used to
didn't
be
realize
covered
it
in
was
concrete. I mean, I guess that's possible. The elevator was collapsed, so
They
if they were
did-
just going to seal over
I
everything.
mean, it told us itself that it's changed in management several times, and they don't really seem to
and
care.
it doesn't care?
So maybe it's kind of like a secret room that gets boarded off, and everyone tends to forget about it. Which is a
Probably
really big
prefers
room to
that.
forget about, if you ask me. But I mean,
Nobody comes down here. These layers are always sealed off. They're not accessible.
No,
Ben, what's
have to
on this
take a look
other
at it.
catwalk?
Yeah, so you reach the end of that catwalk, and you find another landing area. This is probably where they did on and off loading as part of the lower hangar. The wall that you're at feels like it very well might be one of the outer hull walls of the space station itself.
Great.
But it has been sealed up. Whatever was a door here is now just wall.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then the other end of that parallel catwalk, like at the end where the elevator is on the one we came in.
There is a small door.
Cool. So anybody up for going through this door?
I mean, I'm willing to keep exploring if that's what you're asking. Do we need to take a
Yes.
break?
No, I don't think so. Well, 1 second actually. Ben, I'm gonna check my suitcase because I realized I was in the middle of that,
yeah.
like sending messages back and forth and crystals back and forth when
Yeah.
the heads popped up. So I'm gonna check my suitcase really quick and maybe write a note to put in there, for Munir that explains a little more of what's going on down here. And hey, maybe station leadership needs to know.
Okay. You do have a message in there.
Oh, God.
From Munir that seems a little like panicked.
God.
And it says you need to get out of there right now.
Oh, cool.
Post
Okay, so then
haste.
my response to that message is no problem. We met the Hydra, the Nightmare Hydra, like crosses out Hydra. It is totally fine. I didn't have to give the gems back. I even got some more. Actually, that was Arrow did it. And it's down here and protecting the station from abominations. And, station leadership probably already knows this. And who knows? It's fine. Anyway, I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm not dead, boss. I'm still looking for the mask. And then I put that in the suitcase.
Okay.
But did he return the scales?
Yeah.
Did he return the what?
The crystals.
Oh, the crystals.
Scales.
No, I guess not. They weren't in there when you opened it.
That's
Perfect.
funny.
Yeah.
Actually, Twig pauses and she turns around and she points at Arrow.
What?
I've been paying attention. You haven't taken any drinks from your cantina. You need water to survive. Drink some water, Arrow.
I have to taken a drink. I took a few.
Uh-huh.
Baby
That's
girl, what are you
bullshit. He hasn't
doing?
taken a drink at all.
What are you doing?
Not since we
And
got
then
down here.
under his breath, he's like, "Thanks, Twig."
What are you doing?
Baby.
You need
It's
water
true.
to survive, you cushy little fuck.
You're really the only one, though.
It's
An
true.
organic.
Rosh can survive for a very long
Yeah.
time without it. So
I like actually, you know what? I like to imagine because like Arrow's the one who has to consistently be like eating stuff. Like he's always snacking. Like he's always like thing of nuts.
Scarrick is too, though, but just
Yeah.
voluntarily.
Well, yeah.
right.
Arrow brings enough for both of them, not because Scarrick needs to eat, but because Arrow's like Scarrick loves eating. It's very rude for me to eat in front of him, and we're like best friends. So it's like I got to share my
Aw,
snacks with
that's
him.
so sweet. That's so sweet.
It's great.
So how are you getting in this door?
I don't know. Is it locked?
Yeah, actually, it's not. The lock isn't working because
Alright.
the electronics are off, but like it is jammed shut. So
Looking
you
for the
have to
manual
press
release.
You're up.
release. Yeah.
Gonna try to pop that sucker open. Mechanics.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
She gone.
boy, that's a
Mike, take the
24.
Oh, never mind. Don't need help. You don't need it.
So you will pop the manual release and open the door to what appears to be a control room of sorts. Probably it was like not air control. That's not the right word, is it? Air
Life support.
Oxygen?
space control. The people who guide ships in and out of the
Oh,
it's what you do for it's what
Docking
Twig does for a living.
yeah, docking
Flight
control or
control,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Flight
Yeah.
control.
Flight control.
Oh.
Yeah. So so that's basically what this room was. It's a little bit fancier than what Twig has up on the docks, up on dockside.
She
But
gets
it
a little
was
excited
also-
and she goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
what?"
The technology also looks like those weird terminals like the one in that ship. It's all rune tech
Oh,
rather
well, here
than
I can.
regular technology.
Here, hold on. Let me see if I can get this going for you.
I mean, it's probably just docking protocol and stuff. This is cool.
We don't want to open a door to the outside.
We also don't want to summon another one of those Quicksilver things if there is one.
Oh,
Did we summon that, or was it just on patrol?
it was a
Well-
security thing, so who knows?
I know
I'll be
it came
careful.
out. It came out after we started pressing buttons.
That's true.
Well, then we don't push as many buttons. Come on, you gotta admit this is cool. When are we ever gonna be down here again? Gotta at least check it out. I rolled Arcana.
Never if we die.
That's a 21, actually. Ooh, wait, hold on. And because of my mainframe knowledge, I get advantage when using computers or Arcana to identify unfamiliar tech.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
Sheesh,
Okay.
that's worse. Okay, so 21.
Okay, so you get this started. It looks like the power sources are pretty low, but they are still operational. When all of the screens pop up and everything, it's of course all in Lewis Avon, in an archaic form of Lewis Avon, or rather, an archaic form of Resnish is what the actual language is called. But the systems itself do seem to be kind of operational, though there are parts that anyone who can read a little bit of Resnish, so I think mostly just Ever, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Ever has that dictionary though that we were
Right.
using in the other room. So
You can tell that there are command prompts in sections that are no longer connected to any systems. So they're basically just dead buttons at this point.
Okay.
But there's like a comm system and everything.
Well, this is cool. She sits down on one of the chairs and spins around in it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wonder if we can find like a ship log or something here. This is pretty neat.
Actually, there probably is one.
maybe a manifest that tells us when the mask came in.
Ooh, that's smart.
Yeah, like the manifest that we found for the sword. Hmm. She looks around and she's like, "Beep, try this screen."
Go ahead and roll a computers check with the. Well, it would be disadvantage or normal if you've got Ever helping you.
I mean,
Am-
I can help
am I
with
rolling,
the
or-
dictionary.
Yeah, you're rolling.
You're the one pushing
All right.
buttons. Arrow's not
Um,
taking the fall for
You're
this.
helping me. I'm gonna use the D8 that you gave me for inspiration.
Yeah.
Are we still in that time frame?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right. Lowest possible roll. It's 2 and a
Oh.
1 on the inspiration. So not lowest possible, but still the worst.
Close.
3 total.
Ouch.
Yeah.
She's like, wait, did you say
You're-
that
you're
was
tr-
cancel or forward or?
Yeah, you're basically getting through these menus with the efficiency of my father. And I'm sorry, Dad, if you're
No,
out
no.
there.
Oh my God.
You gotta say what's true, Ben.
The truth, the world's own truth. And as you're pressing buttons, like a bunch of like menus inside menus start popping up, like you've hit something wrong, and then you keep like pressing the wrong thing, and now it's like doing its own thing for some reason. And whatever you were trying to do definitely doesn't happen. But the system opens up this file or something, and you get this transmission in ancient Vresnish.
Man, this is not gonna help me because I will pick up like 1 in 4 words when it's spoken. Like, who speaks ancient Freshness anymore?
Really, only maybe Munir does on
Yeah.
this station.
Arrow, record. I
What?
say that after it starts playing.
Yeah, it's probably like a line in. Oh,
Right.
right. Yeah, here we go. All right. I'll set his
So what you can hear is it appears to be a woman's voice. It sounds like a person who's had a lot of like physical trauma to their body while they're talking. There are sounds of explosions in the background. There is sounds of like some kind of alert or alarm going off in the background. But you do catch a few specific phrases and words that you would understand pretty quickly, ever. And one of them is Mask of Ranu Eru.
Great.
One of them is Imperial Princess.
Oh.
One of them is The Peerless Spear Has Fallen. And one of them is The Rift Has Widened.
Okay.
Peerless
great.
Spear. If I don't understand, if now, because that's
What is Ben? Does that mean anything contextually?
isn't that the name
to
of the
me?
ship that we were on?
It is the name of the ship you were on. The
Damn.
Ectelvina was the name of the ship that you guys had found your other data on.
So like those words stick to Arrow because
Mm-hmm.
we've come across them.
Yep.
And there's something about the ship in there.
Yeah, and the mask and an imperial princess and the rift getting wider and something like that.
Wait.
We'll have to give that.
Did you say
Recording.
Imperial Princess?
Yeah, we'll have to give the recording to Munir because he would have be able to translate the whole thing probably.
Right. Huh. Okay. Well, would it help if you did that while we were here?
I mean, if you've got like an extra data chip to put it on.
Let me dig in my bag real quick. I might have something. I'm gonna roll.
I would say roll a luck check here. Just a
Yeah.
d20. I'll give you a 50-50.
Okay. Well, it's 14, so.
So you got one.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I found a dongle. Hold on a second. And I'll plug it into his
Right.
little drone and download it. It says here, put it in the little case
Sure.
thing with a note or whatever.
Suitcase
You
open.
open it up. There's another note that
Oh, boy,
says, "You met the what?" That the place that you found is, according to our mutual contact, is called the Deep Core of Wing 3, and it's supposed to be a radioactive death zone.
Okay, so I put the little transmission chip in and another note, and it just says, wow, that's really scary, and that's probably something they say to keep people away from it. Anyway, I'll tell you more about it on the surface. New information, more important. Please translate this.
Arrow is standing
In his
over.
office, he's like sweating, like
Poor
He's like,
fucking
he's got a
Munir.
Geiger reader out, like he's scanning all this shit coming in. Like,
Well,
okay,
and when
okay.
he says our mutual contact, Ever's like, oh god. So him and Mahogany are like, oh man, where are they? Great.
Mahogany's like, well, time to find another girlfriend, I guess.
Yep.
They've only been on like 4 dates. Is that a girlfriend? We
Guess
don't
I'm
know.
single.
Yes.
So Arrow's who's leaning over Ever's shoulder as these messages are coming through, and like
Mhm.
shoulder surfing for sure, because he's the kind of person who would do that. Is like, huh? You know, now that I think about it, that kind of makes sense. I mean, we found those weapons, and they were kind of radioactive, and
Everything was mocked radioactive, and like it would be a good way to keep people away.
well, if you think about it, this Hydra said that they eat those and turn them into scales, and when I checked, there were a shit ton of scales down there, which means at some point there may have been.
There were a shit ton of nukes down there, right?
Yeah, but they've just ate all the radiation, so.
Also, I just want to say this. I have to say this while I'm thinking about it because you brought up the scales thing again. Does the Hydra not poop? Like most organic things do, right?
Okay, first of all,
Are you
you
saying
wouldn't
these
understand
crystals
this.
are
You wouldn't understand this,
Rattle.
but it's really
Rattle.
rude to ask organic creatures if they poop. Um,
I feel like it's a valid question.
Nobody asked
Right?
you. He turns to Twig.
It is a
He's just
valid
rattling
question,
the bag.
but I mean, you saw that thing. There's no way it operates by normal physics.
I don't think that thing was what you would consider organic.
Well, okay, all right, that's fair. It just is like this is a waste product, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I guess you could call it poop.
Well, no, you can't, because the difference.
You know what?
I mean-
it's not important. It's not important. I'm
I
gonna.
mean, think of it like this. And this is coming from another organic who certainly has to defecate. But there are living creatures which don't actually poop. They merely convert everything to urination and vomit up bones instead.
That is somehow worse.
Organics, we can be
Right?
kind of gross.
We
Like
can't go
at least
2
my
sessions.
emissions that just
2
like
sessions without.
Ever, you never really have to worry about this. So next time you're wondering about whether or not something poops, just keep it to yourself.
you know that's probably a fair thing, but I'm like curious. You know, I like to
Oh my
learn
gosh.
things.
Well, now I have a question for you then, Ever, because obviously in Ethanite, burning things, you would also create waste. Is that just the ash that falls out of you and
So it's
the smoke?
like you burn off fumes. You know, it's not usually smoke, right? Like it's transparent or whatever. And then yeah, every so often you eat something horrible, and it doesn't get broken down and combusted the way it should, and then you got to clean out the old combustion engine. You know.
Always
Right,
stand
exactly.
upwind from an Ethanite.
Excuse me. That is
Arrow laughs.
doesn't usually smell.
That is
unless-
funny.
Also, did I just call the thing combustion engine because I forgot the word briefly that we used to describe an Ethanite's core, which is smelter? I have just remembered. Yes, I did.
That sounds.
have-
It's a good character for her to call it a combustion engine,
Yeah, I feel
though.
like-
I feel like
That's a mood.
All right. Does this thing alert me when I have something in it, or do I just have to check it?
yeah, it probably has like a little light that lights up if
I
there's
should
something in it.
probably add that to the description of this item because
Yeah. Although I think it's kind of fun if it doesn't.
you just have to be
Yeah.
like, nope.
Well, you are kind of using it in a way that it wasn't really intended to be used.
The light is on
But-
the inside.
How is this not how it was intended to be used? Just because Munir is also checking his at the same time.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Anyway, I check it. See if there's a translation for us.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'll give you this translation and then we'll go to break.
Sounds
How's
good.
that?
Sounds great.
Mayday, Mayday. This is the end for Station 5-7. The Galactic Coalition is closing in. We are unable to repel. The Peerless Spear has fallen, and with it the Imperial Princess. The Mask of Rhino Arrow has gone missing. We believe Her Highness to be stranded somewhere on the station. If she is killed before this is done, we may lose two important things at once. Putting out remaining people to find them. We may be surrendering this station soon. Sorry. We may be surrendering this station soon. Mirren Voss out. Oh, sorry. There is one sentence I forgot to say. My bad. Combat is causing the rift to open.
No combat is. That's not a good sign.
Right. All right. Well, guess we got to keep looking.
I guess so. But before we do, how about a quick word from our sponsor before we
That's
head out?
just your excuse for a bathroom break, Arrow.
Shut up! You don't
It's
have
just
to
what
do
you
that.
always say.
Leave me alone.
Time to poop.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back.
Hey you, on the couch. Are you looking for sweet video game playthroughs and content? Well, you're in luck because it's coming soon to VHS cassette. Wow. When's the last time you watched something totally awesome? Hold on to your gaming chair. Contains bonus scenes and features. Explosions, prizes, gold, victories, not victories. Funky videos are all that in a bag of chips. Booyah! Sweet! Just connect to the World Wide Web and a world of totally awesome video game content is at your fingertips. Wow! Now available on Home Funky Video.
And we're back.
Hello, and welcome back. We are returned from our break, and we left off our intrepid group of 5. I not.
Couldn't
This
there a
you
was-
say
word for that?
adventurers?
There's like a. Is there a trio version of 5?
Quintuplet?
Quintuplet?
Quintet?
Quintet? Or
Quintet?
intrepid quintet?
Wouldn't be tuplet because we're not all like siblings.
Children, yeah.
Yeah, I
Group
mean,
of 5
you just use the music terms: soloist, duet or duo, trio, quartet, quintet,
Yeah, quintet is 5.
Okay.
sextet, septet, octet, Nonette.
Anyway,
Dectet.
all right. So yeah, you guys are in that room. What you doing?
Is there another way out of this room?
Nope. Just
Cool,
the one
then we
door.
go
What we know,
The way we came, presumably.
is that there's a princess who had the mask who went off in the station somewhere when the GC was attacking.
Well, what we know is that that ship was carrying the imperial princess and the mask, and that both were missing.
Mhm.
Now,
That's as much as we can surmise.
when they say it went down, do you think that means the princess ended up like down here, or would you think it might be more?
I mean, I think that it's just the ship was taken, right? Like it got captured. How else did it end up in the station?
Well, this was
Good
an
point.
imperial station, right?
Right. But I mean, it like was not able to continue. And the GC took over the station, so it wouldn't matter if the ship was broken down here, regardless of who owned it. So,
So I guess the
Well,
big
I
question
wished-
is where to now?
well, if there's any other tunnels, there was a third tunnel up top, which is a long way to go back. But probably we should, go up the elevator shaft and camp somewhere for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a long day.
Do you think it'd be better if we took a look in that last tunnel and maybe tried not to camp down here? I don't know how long it'll be before someone else comes down.
I mean, if we can keep pushing through, I'm all for it.
That's the only reason I wonder is if they do send someone else down and we're caught down here, that's a problem.
Well, it mostly depends on if you think, well, no, I guess it doesn't really depend on that. It doesn't really matter if the creatures, the machines that Nyrog was talking about are just more of those like security bots, or if they were KGC scouts. It doesn't really matter because you're right. People coming after us is a worst case scenario. So we need to get ready for a long climb and go check out that third tunnel.
Okay.
The other thing I want to ask, since we're leaving this shaft, do we want to try and block this off fully?
You still got explosive charges?
We
I
don't
do.
want to waste more. And it sounds like Nirog is at least aware of the nukes and would probably fuck up anybody who tried to take them. So
Pretty sure.
Sure, but
that
do we want
he
people to get
said-
down there in the first place? Sorry, Arrow. What are you
I'm
pretty
just
sure
saying
what?
it sounded like it was his food source, so I don't think we need to worry about that anymore. I mean, I don't want to be the one taking food away from our friend down there. So, but it does make sense to be. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends. If we don't have to come down here anymore, and we certainly don't want anybody to follow us, then I guess we could just blow the tunnel.
do we want to come down here anymore?
No.
Because it sounds like there might be more rift stuff going on.
Right, but see, if it's happening down here, then Nirog's going to take care of it. If it's happening up
Besides,
there,
I'm
that's what
mostly
we gotta
just
take care
thinking,
of.
are we going to need to come back as a senior Rog at any point?
Probably not. And
Yeah.
if so, I'm just going to say that Skerrick can think real hard about his spit friend, and then we'll have that one get in touch with Nirog.
oh yeah, we can always phone a friend. So
Bit
Okay.
friend.
That
We're
if
well, yeah,
if
we're
settled
spitting
on
buddies.
You really
Um,
give your spit to a
we
extra
like to go to
player
bridges.
creature.
And we like to go to overpasses and spit on cars.
Oh
I mean, I'd
my-
rather call you spit friends than do what Arrow did, which was imply that you're married.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. It was one comment. It was one comment.
I thought it was funny,
Thank you.
in your defense. Perhaps uncalled for entirely, but funny.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. So, sounds like we're gonna climb the shaft and then blow it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well, I'll set my charges down in the debris. Probably best to just flatten out the debris into a single layer then.
Whatever you think is best. You are the demolitions expert.
That's a scary thought. Well, I'm trained, but I'm not like an expert.
I mean,
Well,
here's
that's
the
more
thing.
than I got. You're
Here's-
trained.
Gene, here's the thing. Tell us that after we're done using the explosives in general. Because I don't think anybody else here has better knowledge of explosives, so I think we'd rather all assume that you're the expert.
Fair enough. Consider me your momentary expert.
All right. Well,
So,
let's get
how are
climbing.
we gonna climb out of here?
Well, I had to
Dude,
use my ropes and climbing gear to get down, so hopefully I'm using that to get back up.
Okay.
We're just gonna take the same pair of boots and throw them back down the shaft after everybody climbs up.
oh my
Arrow's
gosh.
got mag boots and can probably make use of the rope combined with the mag boots.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Mars.
Yeah,
So I just plan
I'm gonna
Gina
jump
just
in
climbing it.
Mars, and y'all can just hold on. He can carry a lot.
I mean, actually, that probably does work the best for getting Twig and Jean back up there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure they got down by me casting Featherfall.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think that's true. Okay. Why don't you guys roll me an athletics check if your name is Arrow, Mars, or Ever?
11.
I got a
Um,
12.
Okay. You have climbing gear, so the DC's pretty low.
And I cleared a
For
10.
Mars. That's a 21.
Okay. So you make it up without too much trouble. When you're at the top of the shaft, Jean will take out her detonator, and you hear the explosion far below. And she just says, well, that's taken care of.
Right. Let's check out that third tunnel.
Whew. Oh! I forgot my phone. Oh.
You better be joking.
Yeah, I'm joking. Let's go.
Good.
We weren't going back for it anyways.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nirog can use
so
it to call us.
you look at your data plan and you're like, who's playing Galaxy Crush on my phone for 8,000 hours
My
on
God.
data alone?
Microtransactions, $700.
Meanwhile, back down amongst the crystal scales. No, you need to the other one. Don't you know what a grape looks like?
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Never
Yes.
leave your phone with a nightmare hydra.
We've learned today.
Yep. All right, so you guys check out the third hallway. It actually dead ends pretty quickly. You guys happen to pick the two that were not just dead ends.
Oh. All right.
Well-
So
I'm not going to lie. This is incredibly disappointing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after the previous two, right?
Well, I guess we should, like you said, we shouldn't be down here too long, right?
we need to get out of here. Yeah. We really should do it as quietly and stealthily as possible.
Yeah, I don't know how much I have left in me, so. Bed sounds really nice right about now.
Well,
Right.
just we gotta climb back up.
Gotta climb back
Again.
out.
I know.
So this time, everybody go ahead and give me an athletics check. You can roll with disadvantage if you would like. If you choose not to, then you will gain a level of exhaustion even if you succeed.
Well, I'm going to gain
Athletics?
exhaustion.
What about Mars?
He's immune to exhaustion, so.
Oh my god.
Well,
And
oh
so
my
is Twig, I think, actually.
No, 19.
I'm not immune to exhaustion, am I?
You might
No.
not be.
You're not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Ben, I have a
Proxy, you're
very
immune to the same thing as Easonites, which is poison, disease, and you don't have to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben.
I have immune to cheat. I have immune to sleep on my sheet, actually.
Yeah, you can't
What's
be
up, Aaron?
done by slept effects.
I have a very, very dumb question, but
Huh?
I need to know the answer. So
Yeah.
it sounds like Arrow is going to exhaust himself. Upon realizing that he is completely exhausted, can he can he hit his lifeline watch to be in the same physical condition that he was earlier today when he said it?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. So Arrow will.
You're like halfway up, and you're like,
Oh my god.
like hanging
Oh,
there. I
like
just
you
need a
get a
second.
full night's sleep. You haven't done any physical exertion today. You feel great.
Oh my god.
You never got tossed around by a Quicksilver Golem.
Yeah, like whoa. Does that mean I get my spell slots back?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. That would be super broken if it did.
Nope. There's a rarer version of that item that will give you spell slots back, but this one does not.
Ooh, fair enough. So Arrow like dangles from his rope for a second, like with his boots like stuck to the wall, arms just like hanging off. Like, oh, hold on, I just need a second. Okay, I'm good. It keeps climbing.
I rolled a 16, Ben.
Okay. So Twig gets up, but has a level of exhaustion.
I got an 11.
Okay. You get up with a level of exhaustion.
Great.
Oh, I rolled a 17, by the way.
And then Mars.
19.
Okay. So you all get up there. Some of you in various levels of tired. You guys are in that like tented off area by the crevice. It still seems pretty quiet. It doesn't look like any new people have shown up to check the place out yet.
Okay. And we can avoid the cameras with the same patterns we tracked earlier, right?
Yes. Yeah. The cameras are only on the outside anyways. On the inside...
Yeah, I just mean as we exit.
Yeah. You can do that.
Okay.
There's a third
drones
one.
should all
And
still
the drones
recognize
don't
us
think you
friendly.
exist, so
Right.
they just fly by, if you recall. As you get to the gates to get out of this place, in the direction you'll need to avoid the cameras, as the gate opens up, you see the headlights of a hover vehicle
Oh, shit.
Where
facing
can
them.
we hide?
I mean, you can hide anywhere on the inside.
Well, we don't want to be stuck here.
Well, if you can try to dart out, but there's nowhere to hide between the headlights and the gate.
Hey, quick, get over here. Arrow will like.
It's
wave.
basically a car just sitting like 30 feet in front of the gate.
I'll go where Arrow is gesturing, I guess.
Arrow's waving, and is gonna create just like some brush, plants. I
Wait,
guess,
hold on.
with
Okay.
major
Pause for a
image.
second.
Okay.
You said so we got back up to the surface, right?
Uh-huh.
And we can see the drones and
I think
everything.
that I
and
don't
spotlight.
understand what you mean by inside and outside.
Okay, so there is the temporary building built on top of the crevice,
Mhm.
right? That's the inside of the building.
The tent, right? Like the tented.
It's the big tent, yeah. You exit that. There is some grounds between the tent and the wall perimeter that has been built around the area.
Okay.
that wall has a gate, which is how you guys entered and presumably would exit.
Sure.
As
And the
that
vehicle
is the
is
spot.
outside the gate.
Correct.
Okay.
So like 20, 30 feet right outside the gate, facing the gate.
with its
And
lights
it's
on.
not moving.
It's not moving. The lights are on.
So if we try to get through the gate at all without
It's gonna see
literally
us.
concealing
Yeah.
ourselves, it's going to see us. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So Arrows gestured us to the side, and
Right,
he creates some brush.
You're creating some brush for cover, Aaron,
Well-
basically?
I guess let me ask you this: is the fence like? Is it like a privacy fence, or is it like a chain link fence that you just clearly see through?
It's opaque.
Okay.
It's a
so-
privacy fence.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so that's in that case, it wouldn't so much be a shrub. Is the gate starting? You said the headlights.
Yeah, so like the
Yeah.
gate starts to open for you guys, and you see the headlight beams are coming through, and that's when you're reacting.
Oh, okay. So like the door
Yeah.
just barely cracked.
Right, and
Yes.
and you see that there's like beams of light coming through,
Gotcha.
and
okay.
as it continues to open, you see that they're headlights.
Okay, so in that case, I guess Arrow wouldn't need to cast anything just yet. He would just. I guess we'd probably all just like stop when we realize that. There's
No,
something
not
there.
on the road. We wouldn't, because the gates are opening because it's motion sensors and it's sensing us. So we need to move. Your original plan was the right one.
Okay. Okay.
We go off to the side.
Side.
Yep. So yeah, we
Okay.
run off to the side.
Yep. So the gates are fully open now. You're off to the side. Have you created your brush essentially?
Yes, Arrow will
Or are you
create
just gonna hide? Okay.
this
got
brush.
some- Illusory brush.
Yeah, like we're all probably
Um,
laying on the like. He's like, get down, and then
Mm-hmm.
makes some. It looks just like weeds, tall grass and weeds.
Mars is sticking way above it.
This is true.
With
Does Mars count? Wait, no, Mars is a creature.
okay, so it's tall grass with like one big tumbleweed.
Just
One-
scare
You're
it.
like a shrub, Aaron.
No.
Just make it look like equipment.
It's a tumbleweed.
It's a tumbleweed.
A big old weed.
Arrow says tumbleweed.
Um,
It's a tumbleweed.
Arrow's been watching too many westerns recently.
Scare it just makes him look like some of the construction equipment.
Tumbleweed totally fits.
I mean, he can just.
Mars
sit there,
pulls out
but-
the
So-
clamp.
So there's a pause as the gates open fully now, and the vehicle doesn't move. You see the headlights beams are still facing in. Then there's like they are flash to dark as like if someone had walked in front of them,
Hmm.
and Jean glances over and says, "Who the fuck would be out here at this time of night?"
The inspector again?
Someone looking for us?
That's right. You don't think they would send the inspector? We didn't set anything else off.
No. They went
There's no
back out.
reason to
I saw
send
them go
another
back to the
inspector.
port.
Yeah. And then you hear, "I hope you're alive in there." Mahogany Jones's voice does.
Ah!
I clap Ever on the back.
Who is that?
All right. Okay.
Your
All right.
girlfriend.
Just
I don't
stay
recognize
here.
that voice.
Stay here for a second. Stay here for a second. Ever's gonna get up and walk through the image.
Yep. When you look outside the gate, you see she's sitting against the hood of her car, facing
I'm
the open
alive.
gate.
Twig's just like, delicious.
That's good. I had assumed the worst after your mutual friend contacted me.
I mean, did he keep you updated on the situation? Because it was really fine. Like, it was mostly just fine the whole time.
Huh. Well, after he sent the crystals over and mentioned where you were, and I checked my records and told him what was down there, I decided to drive out here in case I needed to fish your body out of a hole in the ground.
Aw, you do that for me?
Well, yes, you are tangentially attached to me, and if they found any trace of you down there, it would mean bad things for my reputation.
There she is. All right. Okay. Well, everybody else is fine too. We
Can we
thought
come out of the
you
bush?
were like security or something. Yes, come out.
Arrow
No,
dissipates the illusion.
I turned the cameras off before I came here.
Smart. Thank you.
So I assume you're done down there then.
Yes. We have found what we could, which was mostly the crystals.
It was dangerous, you know.
I mean, Ever's like looking at everybody else for support at this point. Like, that's most of our jobs are.
Yeah, Arrow kind of steps forward and says, "You get used to it after a while." Oh, by the way, I'm told you would know what to do with these. And Arrow like passes over his sack of crystals, just over to her.
She takes them. You took more.
Those are
Gave us
part of
more.
a deal. We can't hand them over.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Twig.
we can.
It's
We need
all right.
one bag to close the rift.
Yeah, we only need one.
No, we don't know how many we need.
One bag's
One
worth.
bag. That's what the deal was for.
Right.
I really would rather not take advantage of like a creature that apparently has been around on the station since the beginning of the station.
What
But
Twig,
deal are you talking about?
we bought these fair and square with your information. You're the one who cashed the check.
Yeah, Twig. What did you think Arrow was talking about down there?
I took him literally. Split the thing up so we don't, fucking bite it and aren't able to complete the job.
Oh yeah,
But this was for sheer profit. I see now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was mostly for profit, Twig, to be
Cool.
honest.
So, Miss Jones, the thing is, I don't know exactly what your plans say. If it's just the radiation stuff, that's not really what's down there, and I'm happy to tell you more about it later. But maybe we could get out of this surveilled area. Yes, I know the cameras are off, but like,
Right.
we're all a little tired, I think.
Reaches into her bag and pulls out a scanning tool and like waves it over you. It starts making like beeping noises and crackle noises.
Mm.
Well, within safe levels, but you might want to get a radiation cleanse before you go on the public transit.
Ugh, fine. I mean, we're staying in this sector tonight anyway, aren't we, folks?
That was the plan, I think.
Good.
They even have radiation cleanses in Sector 2, I think.
I mean, some of the work up here uses machines that would require them at least as a safety factor, so...
Yes, and every transport station between the wings has one.
Okay.
And we can just...
That sounds like the equivalent of saying they always have them at the QT at the corner.
There's always
When
a
you
shower
live in
the
space.
subway.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, if
Sorry
everything
to
is well,
worry you.
No, I wasn't worried.
Oh, no, I mean about your reputation.
Ah, yes, of course.
Mm.
I will leave you to it then.
Sure. Have a good night.
Yes, you as well. And she walks around and gets into her car and drives away.
Yep.
Speaking of, Arrow,
What was Mahogany Jones doing here?
That was Mahogany Jones? I don't think I've ever seen her before. I've heard her ads, though.
Okay, Scarrick, what she was doing here is that she's the one, remember how I told you about the potential financial problems of the station? She is like the finance leader, so she is who I had my boss contact when we found the crystals. And so she ended up here because I guess we went into that area with the Hydra and it was weird and dangerous and stuff. And so she kind of figured if I died down there that like to erase any connection to her, blah, blah, blah. Got to get rid of the remains, blah, blah, blah.
He was worried
Like,
about
sticks
you.
to your head.
Really, which is like not really a thing that you have to do with these nights because we just dissipate into magic when we die. But, you know.
No, she was worried about you.
Eh. Like I said, it's only been like 4 dates, so.
She's a very
Well-
busy woman. Like,
Well, yeah, I know.
She
If
came
she
all the way
didn't
out
want
here.
to
What is she
see
doing
you-
tonight?
Driving home now without me, you'll notice I stayed here with you all.
I mean, you could
Why?
have gone with her.
Now, but she's covered
You
in
can still
radiation.
flag her down. She's driving pretty slow.
yeah, look.
Oh
Like,
my god.
that's not.
She's
how fast is she
literally
driving
at the
usually?
end of the street waiting for you to chase her down.
She did drive out of here kind of slowly, actually.
I just assumed it was because she has a really nice car and it's a gravel road.
I mean, yes, that could be true.
Could be it, or you could read a little bit more into it for your own advantage.
Twig, don't take this the wrong way or anything, but I don't know if I can take dating advice from you.
I think I'm an impartial source on the subject.
I look at Jean.
Impartial, as in unavailable for dating,
Oh
perhaps.
my god, are you going to
I mean,
back
you could
me
take
up
my-
with the?
You could take my advice, which is the same, actually, in this
Yes.
case.
See.
Now, Jean, I don't know as much about you as I know about Twig, and I don't think that I know as much about your dating history as I know about Twig's. But I'm going to take your advice because you seem like a person who could give someone relationship advice. So I guess Ever's going to go try
That's
to
very
flag down
sweet
this
of you.
car.
You
know-
catch it at like the stop sign onto
Yeah.
like the main road. She rolls down her window
And I'm
and
like,
glances back out of the window and says, "Is everything all right?"
yeah, it's fine, except for that I'm tired as shit. Would you give me a ride?
Sure. Jump in.
Yep. So I climb in.
I just watch her leave, and I'm like, for as much as she like insults me on a daily basis, I don't know why I put up with her, but like,
That's because she's your friend. I can tell you
Yeah.
guys get along. You have a rapport. It's a good thing.
oh no, I like her. It's just funny.
Yeah, friendship can be like that sometimes. You forget about it when you work alone for too long.
Looks at her.
Uh,
Are you doing your like vague hinting thing,
Not in the way that you're thinking.
like leading along the subject?
Mostly I'm thinking about my old squad and the fact that I haven't seen them in 3 years.
No.
But mostly I'm also saying that you've mostly worked alone in the past, and I think it's good for you that you're with a group now.
Well, thanks.
Besides, they're obviously pretty handy to have around.
Speaking of which, where are we staying tonight, y'all?
Arrow's like fiddling with the door on the truck. Quip quip.
Well, there is
Got it.
the inn room that you had to rent to get the car. I believe you already have that.
There's that.
Yeah, there's a place we can get food, like 2-minute walk away from it.
Arrow starts
It's
up
probably the
the
same place that I'm staying, to be honest.
truck.
Mind if I
Sounds
catch a
like-
ride?
Yeah, sure.
Aaron,
We
I
got room.
love your vehicle sounds.
Thank you.
Your next character should be a transformer.
Yes.
More than meats. Okay, so you guys presumably rest the night and get your radiation clean on. What is the plan for the next day when you guys wake up rested and such? Exhaustion levels taken care of.
Big ass breakfast, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, but like long term, our plan's gotta be like Ever came back to the hotel, by the way. Like that's where Mahogany dropped her off.
When?
Yeah.
This
Don't worry about it.
Look,
Scarrick's asking the
Mahogany
important
was here for
questions.
business, and there are other people who witnessed her being here, so it is basically immediately she drops her off.
Yeah, pretty much. There may have been some chatting on the drive back. Who's
Yeah,
to say?
maybe we'll see. So I kind of think we need to talk to Munia and see if he's got any ideas about next steps, because we don't really know where else the mask might have made it to, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we're really just guessing that it's still down here.
Well, we also could swing by Hazel's first and take care of that rift. Scarrick, you want to message him and see if there's a good time today?
Yeah, I'll send him.
Well, I mean,
Text.
we've still got that third passage to explore down there, right?
It's a dead end completely. There was no, didn't
Yeah,
really
it was
go
a
anywhere.
caved-in passage.
Just too caved in for us to even get through. So, not like we could go anywhere else.
Hmm.
Well, we got a bag of rocks that are apparently really expensive, so I'm all for taking care of the thing over at Hazel's place.
Right. Getting a rift cleaned up before something else comes
Jean's still with us, right?
Well, I was going to ask about that. So, like, she is staying at the same hotel, but she doesn't necessarily have to be here for this conversation.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, she should be here for this conversation because she's involved now.
Yeah.
Okay, then she's here.
Yeah.
Says, well, I will have to report in. Perhaps I can meet up with you guys at a later date. Say at one of our meetup spots.
Arrow like
Twig.
shovels like a big fork
Fine.
of pancakes into his mouth. He's like, well, hold on. Before you go, why don't you come with us to Hazel's place? Because you were just talking about wanting to, like, connect. And if
Do
you're
you
there
think
with
you'll
us...
be all-
Arrow.
Sorry. It's a fleshy blood thing. Then if you show up with us, then it's, like, a little easier than just a out-of-the-blue meeting. At least get you, I don't know, an introduction or something like that. I don't know. I never really worked in the business wing.
Then again, I don't know. Like, we are kind of a chaotic bunch. I don't know if you want to be associated with us on a professional level.
Well, obviously Hazel likes you enough to meet you in person, so
We did save
That would be
Hazel's
useful.
life, so we're pretty up there
Um,
on the list for being a bunch of crazy folks.
We'll have to give them a heads up before
I'm
we
mostly
bring somebody
thinking
else
that,
over,
yeah, I'd
though.
hate to give him a bad shock.
I mean, Scarrett can
That's fair.
message him in advance and we can find out, but
Yeah, or send him
Either
a
way,
text.
like, I'd either have to get what we have on our friend, whose name I forgot,
something with
or
a C.
C.
It's not Cosmo, but it's something like that.
Y'all talking about Oswind?
I wrote it.
No, it's not
the-
Oswin. Apollon?
No,
Oswin
that
might
was,
be
that was
interested in some of these scales, though.
Ooh, you know what? That's a good point. He'd probably love to have a couple of them off the books, you know. Although we should probably let him know that, hey, if you take these and you want to research them, like, that's fine, but there's also a good chance that a nightmare Hydra will know your every move and be aware of it. So,
Yeah, that's true.
That all aside, we have to fill you in on the VR trap situation.
Right. Okay. So I assume you filled them in on that.
Hmm.
So were you asking for the name of the
trap
Bravash?
person.
The trap
No.
person.
Yeah.
Oh,
We know Oswin.
Olmerg.
Ulmerg.
Yep.
oh, the Paranthe. Yeah, Omer?
Yeah,
Just
the
wrote down
Paranthe who's-
Omer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Omer.
Started with a C.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Don't look at me.
You can't listen to anything that Audrey says.
I don't remember everything, just most of it.
Yep.
So if we give Hazel a heads up, can we try and go over there first?
Let's take care of that, yeah.
And I'll take a radiation shower before we.
I
Head
assume
back
you did
into
that
the-
last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Head back into the sweeps.
Yep. So you guys head back to the sweeps. I assume you message Hazel.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
And you get a message back saying, "Oh hey, have you been off the grid or something? I tried sending you some messages and they hit dead space."
Yeah, had to go off momentarily. Found some stuff. Bring in a friend. Hope that's okay.
What kind of friend?
Demolitions expert.
New custodian? question mark?
Maybe. I
Custodian,
didn't know we were recruiting.
custodian affiliate.
All right. Well,
No, just a janitor.
if you vouch, then I guess.
Yeah, I vouch.
Okay. So you arrive at the building. The doorman, who has come to recognize you by this point, gives you guys a wave. Says, "Elevator's all fixed."
Right
Good
on.
to hear.
No more lobster guts.
And when it dings on that top floor, you see a spotlessly clean hallway to a now repaired door.
You know what? You know that feeling where like you walk into a really clean room, but like you were there once where it was really not clean. So like as much as they try to clean it, like the image of the filth will never go away. Is it just me or anybody else kind of get that here?
You having like flashbacks, Arrow? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just mean like the space. You know what? Never mind. Forget it. That's whatever. And I walk forward. It's just like it's the
Associated
aura.
memory.
Yeah, no, like it's fine. It's fine. I'm not afraid
No,
of
I
Just the
don't
lobsters.
last
mean it
time
in
we
a,
saw it, it was different. All right.
Yeah,
not a
it's like
negative term. It just
no. I just mean like look at this shiny. He walks over and he like squats in front of a part of the floor. So you see this floor? This is flawless. It's
uh-huh.
clean.
I
It's
see it.
shiny.
Yes,
Like
it is.
Gene, what you're seeing is not what I'm seeing because like there was a lobster here and it was big and it was angry and it was gross and made of
A,
this awful energy and there's
a big lobster made of awful energy.
right. And so like it's weird, right, to think about. You have like a janitor had to come in here and like clean that off the floor. Like somebody swept here and like it's gone now. But the memories will never leave.
I see you over here like I'm so done with this.
Eric's knocking on the door at the end of the hall.
The little thing slides over and then shut. You hear like 8 locks, and then the door opens, and you see Hazel. Hey, come on in.
Thanks.
Steps back.
You look well.
Thanks. I mostly recovered from all that stuff, you know?
Well, good. I was just talking about how the hallway is all nice and clean, but it's like it's weird.
Yeah. It's like I can still see that thing's guts all over the place.
Yeah, you get it. Arrow like gestures to like at Hazel and like looks at everyone else. Like, see?
Man.
I see it in my dreams, honestly.
You and me both. Anyway, yeah, well, we were hoping to just kind of catch up to speed and talk to you. Oh, yeah, by the way, this
This is your new custodian member, yes? The new what now?
What?
Yeah, Scarrick said you guys are bringing over a new maybe custodian. You're a demolitions expert?
Looks is Scarrick.
Gene also looks at Scarrick.
What?
Ever's like,
No, she's more of a consultant. This is my friend, Jean Ulster.
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Hazel.
She was she was interested in meeting you. Mostly just to get connected about important stuff.
Oh. If I had known that, I probably would have asked you not to bring her.
Well, it's for an important cause, so I hope that you'll at least hear her out.
Oh, and while you do, we're here to throw rocks into your computer.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, that's really not the right way to phrase that. We've got to seal the rift, and the one like we've cleaned
The
it all
rift.
up. Yeah, it turns out that we cleared up the problem, but there's still kind of like this invisible barrier that's all weird, and we need to get it to not be. So we brought some magic rock crystals, and we're gonna. It won't actually hurt the computer. We're just gonna seal the. Somebody else who knows planar stuff more than me. Can one of you explain this?
We are batting 100
I'm-
over the last 48 hours on just like blasting everything out in 30 seconds to people who may not have context into what's happening.
Also, I'm fairly certain you're the expert on planes here, Mr. Arrow.
Oh, that's fine. Arrow looks into the camera. It's because the audience understands. Wink. I get one meta moment. That's it. Now I'm done. So yeah, he's like, so yeah, we have to seal the rift. Um, hey Scarrick, you can see the plane stuff, the astral plane. You have any idea where it's at, or should we just start like chucking rocks?
Hazel closes the door behind you guys.
Great.
And you hear somebody from the next room say, "What? Why are we chucking rocks, Mr. Hazel?" I think he was joking. There'll be no actual throwing of anything.
Maybe toss.
Sorry.
Do we recognize this voice? It's coming from the other room.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused.
It sounds familiar to two of you,
Which-
Twig and Arrow.
Wait. I look at Arrow.
I look at Twig.
Is that Ulster?
What? Omer?
Ulmer, yeah.
Yeah. He's-
Meta moment. I don't know names and can't
It's
repeat
fine.
them.
It's true.
It's
You're
fine.
good. We know what you meant. And then a hologram of Ulmer sticks their head through the door from the computer room. Oh, it is you.
It is us.
Hey,
It's good to see you again.
glad to see you up and about.
Your physical state looks very much like your digital one.
Arrow, do you know what's going on?
Specifically to Twig.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arrow.
Because
Yeah.
Arrow does not.
Arrow, I don't
I,
even remember what you went into the server as when you confronted him, but it was either like
It
Goku
was like
style anime boy or cat girl.
actually
This
it was
is-
a blend of both. It was Arrow, except he was super jacked and he had catboy ears.
This is
Yeah.
Arrow. He was here
Jack
with me.
Catboy Arrow.
And this is Scarrick. The other
Ah.
the other
Jack
folks with your
Catboy.
the Jack's Catboy. That's Arrow.
That's the one.
They're the other folks with your group.
I can see it with the face.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
perfect face.
I don't mess
Perfect
with that too
face,
much.
Josh.
Well, it's a pretty nice looking face, so I would imagine not. I
Do you-
can't actually go too far from this room yet.
We can come in there. Do we?
May we?
Do
come
Yeah, I
over?
was gonna say, why don't we? This is Hazel. Hazel says, why don't we go in there and chat? That way, Omer can be a part of things. I'm
Yeah.
working on expanding their hologram space, but it only goes so far right now.
So you hooked up to the hologram system overnight or something?
Yeah, the one here in my apartment.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to get it all back online, and once it is, Omar will at least be able to move around here.
hmm But yeah, this is who I was talking about, Gene.
Ah, the person who was trapped.
Yes.
You're very fortunate that your mind survived.
I think we got real lucky.
He doesn't say anything to that. He just kind of sinks back into the door.
Gonna follow him.
So you sit down in the next room. The five of you plus Hazel and Omer, and Omer is like sitting on air currently, but as if they were sitting in a chair. And Hazel says, "Okay, all right. So there's some kind of hole in a plane, and you guys need to fill it with those rocks, and you think it's here."
Well, expert.
More or less, yeah. I'd say that's just about it.
I'm gonna take a look around.
We think it's here because that's where the stuff showed up.
Gotcha. The creature, right?
Hmm.
Even though it was uploaded through my network.
That's the thing. Like, it could be here, it could be elsewhere, but if it was here, it could. I don't understand this plane stuff, y'all.
Gotcha. Well, I don't really get it either. Scarrick, go ahead and roll investigation.
I believe it's gonna be 15.
Sorry, I got a message from my work.
It's all
That's
good.
weird. Okay. 15 you said?
Yes.
So you kind of scan the apartment, you kind of look your way through. You don't see anything that looks rift-like. All seems pretty normal.
Clear on the ethereal plane.
How can we see the rift? Do you think detecting magic would do it?
I mean, Arrow, it probably is magic, so it probably
Yeah.
would register with that
Yeah. Yeah.
if it was here.
I'll cast detect magic then.
There is some magical things here, but none of them are a rift.
Negative. Nothing here that looks like a rift.
Well. Oh, how about this? Hey, and like, it's okay. It's probably around here somewhere. We just have to fine tune a little bit. Hey, Scarrick, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
And Arrow will pull Scarrick aside and be like, "So, is there any way you think maybe you can call upon your tether friend? Like, I don't know if you got to spit in a cup or something to make that happen, but like, made it seem like she would know where the thing is, and we're gonna look really dumb in front of Hazel if we don't like figure this out soon."
Hazel is over there watching, drinking tea, like,
Expectantly.
yep.
It's just a thought. I mean, I don't want to pressure you. I know that, like, your spit is your thing, but like, it really save us because I'm kind of out of ideas.
Garrett's gonna get up. Hazel, can I use your bathroom?
Ah!
my God.
Yeah, sure. It's down the hall.
Okay.
Is everything all right?
Yeah. It's a long
Okay.
trip from the third wing.
Right.
Yeah, you know us, fleshy. More. You know what? Never mind.
Saying fleshy meatbags a lot lately. Are we like getting to you?
It's fine.
If it
Arrow,
makes you feel
I-
any better,
No.
I too am a fleshy meatbag. Says
Arrow,
Hazel.
sincerely apologize for asking invasive questions and saying stuff about your soft meat parts. I understand that's just part of being organic, and I will do my best in the future to not mention it.
Ever, that was so sensitive of you.
Thank you.
The worst! This is the worst!
Arrow's like, could have been worse, so I'll take it.
Homer's like,
Thank you.
you know, I kind of miss being organic.
Oof.
Understandable.
I was an organic once.
Long
Long
ago.
ago.
Long ago.
gosh.
Are we waiting for Scarrick to do his thing, or are we gonna keep?
Yeah. So
continuing the
you
bit?
Arrow's gonna
so
buy
you,
time because Scarrick just went to the bathroom.
We're
Yeah.
doing
So
small
Scarrick,
talk.
you go into the bathroom.
And I go over to the sink,
Hmm.
stare into a mirror, and do what I saw in an old movie once. And via, and via, and via.
Nothing happens at
Just trying to
first,
Bloody Mary it.
and then your reflection begins to twist
Ooh.
and change. The eyes of your reflection blood red, and then it like
My eyes are already
explodes
red.
outwards from its chest in the mirror into this horrifying image. And then behind you, from the shadow of the door, you hear, "Was that about what you were expecting?"
So I didn't know what to expect. But that was pretty cool.
That's fair. Yeah, I really enjoy messing with. I can say fucking with people. I can say fucking.
We're an explicit stream.
Fuck.
You have to be with me around.
Sorry, I had to break the character there for a second. I just really liked fucking with people in mirrors. You know, there's this one guy who covers all the mirrors in his house now.
Well,
Ah,
so I spoke to your mom.
that's a very mortal word.
Your
Sire.
Lord?
Sire.
Sire.
Okay, your
My
sire.
sire.
And they said that abomination thing came through a rift, and we need to find that rift and close it.
This is
Do
true.
you know how we can how we can identify the rift?
I do.
And
Are you gonna ask me to do it?
yeah, can you
typically?
please help us identify the rift so we can close it?
Yes. Yes, I will. But only because my sire gave you this mission. Otherwise, I would definitely require a little more, currency.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I mean, you're welcome to donate some more of your spit if you like, or some blood. You know, just on the offhand, throwing it out there.
If you hang out with us long enough, my blood may be readily available.
Well, I can't just take it when it falls off the ground. That does nothing. It's got to be full of your life energy to mean anything. Come on now. Oh, well. Well, if you're looking for the rift, it's not here.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
But I do know where it is.
It's on the station?
It is. And it just so happens we can help each other out. Because I can't get to it. Otherwise, I'd have closed it already.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna take you to go see the gang. Don't do any crazy mirror stuff.
A little bit?
Little bit's okay.
As a treat.
Do any of them wear glasses? Because sometimes I like to go inside the glasses and make them see things.
Does Hazel
No.
wear glasses? Does Hazel wear glasses?
Hazel does have glasses. Yeah.
Please don't fuck with Hazel. Oh my god. They'll just kick us out.
You can just say no. It's fine. It's important to set boundaries.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Okay. All right.
Maybe a
all right.
computer screen. That would be fun, but glasses might be a
computer
little too
screens.
much.
People are always going on about ghosts inside the machine, but I like to think it's all just me inside the machine. Except for when it's an abomination, apparently. and she walks out past you through the door. And by that I mean like as she gets to the door, she melts into a shadow and slides under it.
Bloop.
Perfect. Perfection.
I'll open the door. She's sliding under. I would have just opened it. Okay.
She's walking two-dimensionally along the ground now.
I like to think at this point, Arrow has his drone out and his little like pocket computer, and he's just like has software open. And he's like, okay.
Yep. Suddenly, on your software computer, on your notes pad, these bloody letters in a font that's not downloaded on your pad starts writing out, "The curse is upon you, mortal. For you have laid eyes on the infinite darkness, and I have come for your soul."
Hey guys.
Hey, Eric.
So Hazel, I got another friend that I want you to meet.
Mm. Is this another one looking for favors from me?
No, definitely not.
Hey guys,
What?
What's up, Arrow?
I think I found something.
Sure. What is it? What are we looking at?
Well,
It's not on there anymore. When you look back down, it's gone.
Are you okay?
yeah.
There's cackling from inside Scarrick's shadow.
The fuck?
Yeah.
You see like bright teeth and red eyes glowing in his shadow.
Oh, it's the spit friend.
What?
Oh!
She raises herself out of Scarrick's shadow and says, "Now, spit friend, that is a very strange thing to call someone." Her second pair of hands, like wringing their hands.
Okay, hi, Anaya.
And Vaya.
And Vaya. Alright.
Well,
Vaya can help us identify the rift. And she knows where it is. It is on the station. It is not here.
So,
Well,
So good news, Hazel. Good news, Hazel. You don't have a rift in your
Yep.
apartment. In your
but it was
Pet
very
house here.
important that we come here and make sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't want more of those things wandering into my apartment.
yeah. Little Invia here hunts them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I guess that makes you a Night Vale creature, yes? That's me.
Apparently been a problem here for a real long time.
Really? Does this have something to do with the definitely true conspiracy theory about thin barrier plane theory around this part of space?
Arrow?
Arrow.
Does it?
Arrow, you're the conspiracist.
Well, according to some sources,
Alright. Mission the past.
there's a rumor, and he goes into it. He goes into it. So, tell me again what it is you're looking for.
Oh,
I was just wondering if it was connected to those rumors,
the Night
these
Vale
abominations and
spit
stuff.
friend. You know.
Oh yeah, okay. So, he like really gets himself like prepped up, and sorry, I guess I phrased that weird. Like, so, what is it exactly you want to know? Because there's been rumors for a long time, and if you're a long-time listener, points to Ever, then you probably know this already. But this station has always been a hub for the supernatural, and there are some that think the reason why is the thin line between planes. It's just extra thin right here where the station is. So it turns out that we found out that that's true. So if we're looking for places where the planes are maybe a little extra thin or maybe a little broken, then
We can find Speevers.
we can. Twig, Speevers are not a joke.
That's a
This is serious.
that's a very big left turn from supernatural things from a thinning of the barriers of life and death.
No, Speevers are a naturally occurring phenomenon. They have nothing to do with the Night Vale. That's a different talk altogether. But
She leans
It
back
does
in her chair,
occur to
chaos
you,
to Clyde.
It does occur to you now, Arrow, now that you're talking about the theories, that all of those sightings and stuff, they seem to fit a little bit more with like seeing bits of Night Vale creatures rather than being anything about abominations or actual ghosts.
and if you really put one and one together, like it all kind of makes sense, right? It's maybe it isn't ghost or a weird sleuthy creature, but could have just been things from the Night Vale that have been slipping
What, like
through.
the Dockworks monster?
Yeah, like the Dockworks monster. So some people said that they thought that, that would explain why all of the descriptions are all jumbled, right? Because that was one of the things. I did a 3-episode series on this. One person thought it was an 8-foot tall, hairy creature that could lift an entire vehicle, while somebody else said it was something thin, almost so thin you could see through it, long enough to look around a city block. If it was Night Vale creatures, they just take the forms that are the most horrifying to you.
Gene cuts in and says, "Is this relevant to what we're doing here?"
No, but it's interesting.
Yes, and I'm getting there. So
You have to let him spin out the bit. He's an entertainer. He has to get to the point eventually. It's just about the patter.
So that's how you know.
Oh.
Anyway, so what I'm getting at is, I've always had people call in and had a lot of people give me examples of things that have happened like this. So I'll have to check it out. And he pulls out his personal computer. Let me see if there's like a hotspot maybe where a lot of them seem to be. And so Arrow he'll like try to flip through to find his notes from
Yeah,
the
sure.
episode.
Go ahead and roll a Arcana.
Arcana. Let's see here. It's only a 15.
Okay. You have the notes in there. I'm just kind of cross-referencing.
Okay.
So, you notice that there is one hotspot on each of the wings, and the hotspot on wing 3 is over the area where Narog lives.
So, well, the spot over zone 3 is a pretty popular spot. Probably right above where Narog lives. So, that's something.
So, regardless, is the Spit Friend going to tell us where to find the rift that we are trying to close?
I was just listening. This is fascinating.
Right? You should check out the backlog of episodes of his show, honestly.
We should
I
talk.
really don't care, though.
We should talk. Anyway, so you said you had an idea where it's at?
Yes, I'm fairly certain I know where it's at. It is located in a... What do you call them? Corporate facility.
Yeah, that seems like an accurate word. Office building?
Where?
Which corporate building?
It's in the place with all of the big buildings.
Sure.
I don't really know your naming conventions.
Arrow starts flipping over to like the business district.
If
yeah.
we showed you a map, would that be easier?
Maybe if it was viewed from above.
Arrow, do you think you can find that?
Yeah, actually.
Satellite images on clue me in. Name of the station.
Those would
Yes,
probably
yeah,
be
yeah.
best. Yeah.
Sierra, satellite images are on Kestir. You turned your camera directly up.
Yeah,
and take a picture.
basically, right?
Yeah. So where on this map Can you tell
Well,
me?
you see right where it says blood and sand? No,
Okay.
No!
Ah!
no.
Oh, that's
Says,
actually a restaurant. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's the spot. So that's wing 1 out of character,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Says it's this building right here, the small squat bronze one. So I tried to go in, but there's a barrier around it preventing extraplanar creatures from entering.
Why would
So
they have that?
because they're gonna use the rift again, probably, and they don't want anybody shutting it down.
Oh, Jesus, whatever word. What, you really think that somebody's weaponizing this?
Yeah, the Virix. I thought we
Yeah.
established that pretty
But
solidly
no,
when we were
that's
gathering
this
the rog.
implied that the Averics are connected to a corporation here?
I mean, yeah. What building is that, Arrow?
I mean, of all the things you've heard in the last 10 minutes, that's the part you think's too crazy out of your league, then I don't know what to tell you. Let's see here. It looks like
Well,
the
I'm worried it
corporation.
is in our league.
And Nero tries to pull up whoever owns
Yeah,
that
so
building.
you look up that building, and you pull it up, and it looks like it is a let's see here. So it is the local wing of Journeyer. So it's the local office of Journeyer, not like their warehouses, but where
You keep
the
saying journey, or like we should know what that is, Ben.
yes. Journeyer is a relatively common business operation name that can be franchised from the majority corporate owner on Kaigor. They mostly deal in like transporting goods, kind of like Amazon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That
Just
that
think of
paints a
them as
picture.
Amazon.
That paints a picture. All right. Okay. Well, looks like it's not really a warehouse, but more of a business facility. So not a lot of shipping coming in and out there. But yeah, it looks like a journeyer spot.
Well, we can take a walk by and figure out way in.
Yeah. You know, I shouldn't be surprised. I've heard a lot of really crappy stories about how they treat their employees. Anyway, I won't get into it. Well, and Via, if you can't get in, I bet we could probably figure something out. I mean, we have to.
Yeah,
I mean, you made a promise to my sire, and if you fail to fulfill it, he does get to eat your souls.
Right. Right.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's the option though.
we're gonna
Or worse.
shut it down.
Yeah, or worse, we can't pay our rent, and we're gonna piss off the landlord. So,
Thought we already established. First of all, you gave your bag to Mahogany. Second of all, there is not a market for these things on this station.
yeah, which is why I gave my bag to Mahogany.
And third of all, I mean, it would be a real big shame if you guys lost your little house. It's very nice.
Thank you.
looks at who said that?
And
Zenvaya.
Looks at Via. Have you been following him around?
I mean,
No.
the rock told us the spit transaction lets Invaya know where Skerrick is at all times. So
Yeah, besides, his essence is all over that house.
Whose essence?
Scary's.
Gary's. Boy, okay.
I am reptilian. I kind of shed.
And I'm talking about your spiritual essence, not your weird mortal bits that fall off.
We keep air fresheners, thank you.
I mean,
I don't want to like think about soul essence sliming up everything
Yesiah's-
around us.
Yesiah's bits also fall off. Like, guess what? I have a bag of right here, so it's not.
I mean,
Okay.
that's fair.
I
I
think we're
suppose.
lost in the weeds.
One could consider my sire to be a little weird.
Twig stands up and claps her hands together. Ben, so there was a scene a couple of episodes ago where Oliver met my
Ulmer?
patron. Ulmer met my patron, right?
Yes.
Okay, but he hasn't brought anything up to me, and I don't know that happened.
Yes, that hasn't been brought up yet.
Okay. Twig stands up and claps her hands together, and it's like, well, it sounds like we have an objective.
Yeah, a place to scout. You know,
Mhm.
all that.
So I guess now it only leaves us with the question of how are we going to find ourselves into probably a very well watched corporate building.
See if
I have a
Maury
thought.
knows anybody there.
Yeah, that's a
See
good
if-
thought, Scarrick. That wasn't my thought, but that's a very good thought. My first thought is that we all kind of take today, this afternoon, we recuperate, we regroup, we do some groundwork. Scarrick, maybe you see what you dig up online about this local branch. See if we can get any sort of blueprints or anything
Sure.
not readily available to public, and maybe after that we regroup tomorrow and we scout it out.
Okay.
What we're going to need is a plan. Yeah, like one of those heist movies.
When have we ever worked off of a plan?
Well, I tell you what, I can't. This is Jean, by the way. Jean says, I can't really actively take part in this,
No. That's
considering
fine.
my cover, but it is technically a branch of a Kygoran corporate entity, so I can probably dig up franchisement information that would be relevant. I'll send that your way.
Anything you can get would be helpful.
Sounds good. Meanwhile, let's see if I can procure some exterminator uniforms.
Why do you... Okay, don't answer that.
It's for the heist, of course, Hazel says.
Oh my god.
Have you never
You're
seen
in.
Ocean's 14?
You're in with him already. It's to just breathe the idea
Yeah.
into the air.
I can be the guy who's sitting behind the computers that are so bright that they reflect off his glasses while he furiously types and says he's in.
And we're
I mean,
going
that's
to need that
actually
guy on
not
the
a bad
outside.
idea. Having like
Hazel,
mission
do you-
control.
Do you have any connections at Journeyer?
Say that again?
Do you have any connections at Journeyer, Hazel?
I mean, other than the fact that I feel bad every time I order something from their incredibly convenient website, but continue to do so because it's incredibly convenient.
Okay, well, I thought it might be like a business or like a local politics connection.
Never
but
really
yeah,
invested in
that's
them,
fair.
to be honest.
Yeah, I can see why. I understand.
Well, if
Yeah.
we pull this thing off, then that'll be a good thing. All right, Hazel, you're in. And Arrow like holds up a fist.
I'm in.
Twig size.
Arrow's so excited. Oh man. All right.
Well, sounds like we all have a plan. I'll keep in touch, Jean says. It was a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Hazel. I do hope we'll have a chance to speak about the aforementioned favors. Right. Well, I suppose any friend of these Kestodians is a friend of mine.
I mean, my hope is that Jean can help with I keep getting the name wrong. Ulmer's
Ulmer.
situation too.
You think so?
I look at Jean.
I can see what I can do about it. I'll contact some people.
Yeah.
And Vaya, by the way, has already sunken back into Scarlet's shadow and has not been seen since. So as you guys go to leave, and we are about to wrap, I know, but as you guys go to leave, Omer will say, Twig, before you go, can I speak with you?
Yeah, of course. She'll come back into the room.
Do you know? This may seem a little crazy, but do you know a singing lady? Like a
Y-
glowing singing lady?
yes. Yes, I do. Why?
I. She came and spoke to me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I think I might have. To be honest, I was. I think I was going mad before she showed up.
Oh,
And then she showed up again whenever you visited me,
she
like
came
right
to you before?
afterwards. Yeah. I didn't. Honestly, I thought it was part of the madness until she showed up again right after you left, and she seemed to think that you can help.
That's good to know. Do you still have a necklace?
He nods.
Okay. Well, she nods. Okay. Um, well, let me know if you see her again. I'm glad she's been able to help you, at least.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Glad you're okay.
I'm certainly trying.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
Well, I think you've wound up with the best person in the station to at least help out with this.
For sure. Good luck out there.
Thanks. We'll be back. Promise.
Okay. And as you guys are all walking out of the building,
Did I get a freeze? Okay. I didn't hear the last thing you said. It froze up.
as you guys are all walking out of the building, Arrow's phone rings.
Oh, hold on, that's me. Uh, yo, it's Arrow. Go for Arrow.
You're going to die in 7 days.
Looks at Scarrick Shadow.
I already had this session.
Horrifying.
My
Aaron, you want to
gosh.
throw him the socials?
You got it. If you're not already following us, you can always check us out on our social channels. We are at Starwyrms on Twitter. Look up Spaceships and Starwyrms on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're not there already, go down below and hit the link for our Discord, where you can find out when we go live, check out all the banter, and see all the stupid memes. Because we sure do love memes. Also, a huge shout out to Nutellarella, who does our main character art. If you're not already, go follow her. Immensely talented. Emmy is excellent. And it's just, yeah, really, really, really good stuff. So I think that's all we have for this session. Next session, I believe we have on the calendar is going to be June 16th, same time, same place. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.